I'm going to make it to my daughter's play. I'm going to figure a way. I'm going to make it. I'm going to make it. I changed my dialogue inside my head. So that was the first thing I did. You think that you're prioritizing well. You might be listening to this. I already prioritized well. I thought so too. But then once I restricted time, oh my gosh, then I realized, because I come up with, there's eliminate, delegate, automate. You might look at your to-do list and say, oh, nothing can be eliminated. But then when you actually have to be somewhere at a certain time, all of a sudden things change. I'm going to tell you a story. One time my daughter was in a play and she had been rehearsing for weeks. And then I'm leaving the house and my wife said, don't forget, her play is today. And I'm like, no, it's not. It's next week. And I even pulled my phone out. I'm like, look, it's next week. My wife said, I don't care what it says on your phone. It's today. And I'm like, oh crap, I messed up my calendar somehow. So I'm like, and I had an 8-minute commute to my office from the house. Melissa knows I don't like commuting so much. She lived it so many years. So I'm like, my 8-minute commute. And the whole time at the beginning, I'm like, I'm going to miss my daughter's play. I mean, I had a full stack, clients, all kinds of stuff happening that day. And then I'm like, what am I telling myself? I teach people this, like I'm just here almost in a mantra. I'm not going to make it to my daughter's play. I said, switch that. So I was at a red light and I said, oh my gosh, I'm going to make it to my daughter's play. I'm going to figure a way. I'm going to make it. I'm going to make it. I changed my dialogue inside my head. So that was the first thing I did. Then I got to my desk and I looked at it and I was like, what can be eliminated? Okay. What does not have to be done today? What can I delay to another day? What can I delegate? I went to my team in the office that was already there because I'm like Stephanie, I get there later because I have my morning time. So I had already had my morning time and then the team's already working. And I said, hey, I really need a favor. I messed up big time. I got to make it to my daughter's play. So I'm calling in favors. Can you handle this today? Can you do that? I'm delegating everything that I can. And then automation was not at this time. Like you're not going to automate something on the day you have to make an emergency like this, but maybe we'll talk about that after. But then I had a client right during the play. And I was like, oh man. And you feel horrible, like to call the same day and cancel. I never want to do that. And I kid you not, I had put so much energy into like making the play. I picked up my phone, which is face down on the table, and I turned it up and ding, text message comes in. It's that client. Hey, I'm so sorry, Steve. I need to reschedule. I was like, no way. Talk about how spirit works in miraculous ways for you in your life and how there's no, there's no coincidence. This is just like meant to be. So I text back, thank you so much. Oh my God, I'll tell you the whole story later, but I needed this time anyway. So this is a blessing. We'll reschedule. Thank you so much. So by the time I get all this done and all the things I needed to get done that day, I was going to be late. I was going to be late to the play. It was on the other side of town, and there's a lot of lights and it was maybe going to be 15-minute drive and I was going to be late. In all my excitement in the car, I was like, oh my gosh, I made it. Oh, I hit all green lights. I don't even know how it happened. I don't even know, but I arrived in the parking lot and my wife had saved me a seat because I had texted her. I'm like, okay, I'm making it. And I walk in and right as I'm sitting down, the curtains open up and there's my daughter center stage opening the play. And I'm like, oh my gosh, how perfect can it be? Right.
That's awesome.
So there are things I'm not denying. You might be there at whatever position you are in your company and say, Steve, this is great. And I can prioritize the heck out of things, but there's so many things to be done. So the reason I tell you this story is it wasn't one person. That making that play was not me by myself. It was a whole team. Thanks for listening to the More Business, More Life podcast. I hope you got value. And if you did, we have so many more things for you at stevenapolitan.com. You'll be able to connect with us on social media. We are active. You can ask us questions. I look forward to having you on the next show. Until then, remember, choose gratitude and create freedom.